Shaul Mofaz tries to wake up the people in Israel because if they think they are going to vote for Sheli Yachimovic or Yair Lapid, it means that they are going to vote for Bibi Netanyahu and Mr. Lieberman also. And this can be disaster for Israel because they both are not responsible enough. And Shaul Mofaz is the mature one, is the responsible one. He, from the first day, said it's not reasonable to attack Iran. Let's wait for the sanctions. They are working very good, they are very efficient, very effective. And let's make a cooperation with Obama, the President of the United States. But both things, Bibi Netanyahu doesn't want to share. He doesn't want to wait for the sanctions. He doesn't want to cooperate with Mr. Obama, President Obama. And this is frightening me, and it must be frightening for the whole people in Israel. This is the meaning. In case that Bibi is going to be the ruler and the prime minister in Israel, this is what we are going to see, this bomb, this disaster.
The prime minister of the state of Israel has a very sensitive and important role to manage the matters and the security affairs of the state of Israel. We are putting on or we presented today a key question that every Israeli citizen ought to ask himself or herself. Do you trust Prime Minister Netanyahu in managing the security affairs of the state? We think that there's ample evidence that has been accumulated over the past 4 years and especially over the past few months that demonstrates that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not sufficiently responsible in dealing in the most sensitive affairs of the national security of our state.
Many would say this is exactly what Netanyahu is fighting, this bomb.
He promised us that in the next spring it will be nuclear spring, right? He said it in the United States and everybody listened to him and he means it. He's obsessive about it, and this is what's frightening me. And this is that we are afraid of. Mr. Mofaz said to all the people in Israel, if you let Netanyahu be the prime minister, the next spring we are going to meet this bomb.
Look, there are two schools of thought. There's one school of thought that says that Netanyahu's obsession with the Iranian issue is a result of political cynicism. He just wants to remove from the public discourse and from the agenda any other issue, social, civic, economic, and so on. And by mentioning the Iranian issue, he's dodging all the rest and basically avoiding or causing the Israeli public to not to notice his inaction in those areas. The other school of thought that is much worse is that Netanyahu is irresponsible in the way he manages the affairs of our state. Netanyahu declared that the year 2013 is the year of is a decisive year. Now we know that the security establishment plus our allies in the international community did not define 2013 as the year of decision. They define it as the year of tightening sanctions, of building strong alliances, both regional and international. And we think that Netanyahu's public commitment to initiate action on April 23rd, by April 2013, is irresponsible and unnecessary in many ways. And in this respect, we think that the Israeli citizens ought to be offered a serious, experienced alternative in terms of the leadership that will manage the security affairs. And this, and Kadima as a centrist party, can offer such an alternative.